Hi, this is Dennis Gage. Welcome to a special hometown edition of My Classic Car. Today we're guests at the second annual My Classic Car Autofest here in charming and historic Evansville, Indiana. As you'll see, My Classic Car fans and Club MCC members have traveled from far and wide to attend this unique happening at Roberts Stadium. And of course, I've gotten a special VIP credentials. I do have a little bit of pull around here, you know. So you'll get an up-close look at all the events taking place during this incredible two-day celebration of cars.
Excuse me, sir. Can I see your wristband?
I'm sorry, I don't think I have to wear one. This jokester here is our own Eric Power, coordinator of 1998 MCC Autofest. Eric, it must be going pretty well if you got time to hassle the host.
Oh yeah, things are running smoothly. We're dialed in. We're having a great time. I think everybody's having a great time.
So Mopar is the presenting sponsor, and there's quite a display in there from Chrysler, isn't there?
Oh yeah, one concourse is just filled with Chrysler cars. They got Viper and concept cars. It's
all sorts of stuff.
It's a beautiful display.
And what else is going on? We're midway through Saturday. What else do we have to look forward to?
Well, tonight there's a Mike Harvey sock hop, so I'm sure some poodle skirts will be coming out.
Super gold
sock hop.
Spinning them oldies.
Yep, suede shoes. Everybody will be bopping out there. It'll be a blast. And then tomorrow we come back and do it all over again with the resto tips with Jim Richardson. And it's going to be fun.
So the floor looks pretty cool, a lot going on?
Yeah, the floor is awesome. It's got a cool Cobra that I believe somebody was telling me straightened out your mustache.
Yeah, that was the one. That was
over
the one.
100 miles an hour or something.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you think it was worth all the effort?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, definitely.
We're coming back next year.
Yes, that's what I like to hear. Well, hey, Eric, thanks for the update. Now, go hassle Jim Richardson or something, okay?
All right, I'll be right on it.
My Classic Car will be right back for the Autofest after these messages.
The second annual Autofest presented by Mopar Performance was a real celebration of cars. About 500 vehicles and more than 10,000 people braved intermittent rain showers to join in the fun. On the floor of Roberts Stadium, you could get an up-close look at the cars that were featured on My Classic Car television. Outside, cars filled the show field and included everything from street rods to antiques. Jim Richardson was busy giving restoration tips, there were plenty of product demonstrations, and special guest Mr. Norm thrilled the crowd with endless Mopar stories. Saturday, Mike Harvey of Super Gold fame rocked the event with his amazing oldies show. There was also a car corral for those looking to wheel and deal on a classic, and the grounds were filled with exhibits and vendors showcasing a wide variety of automotive products and services.
The interest of the people that have come here through the Autofest has been fantastic. They want to learn more about what they can do for their car, what we can do for them, the excitement that we've seen through their interest in our products and interest in the services we can perform, especially our custom shop restoration service.
This year's event has been great. Considering the weather that we've had, it's been overcast this morning. A lot of spectators this year. It's just been tremendous. We've had a great response. People that have attended the show seem to be very interested in automobiles. They're basically car nuts, just like we are.
They brought in race Vipers, they brought in Prowlers with trailer, they brought in race-type trucks, they brought in a concept car, Chrysler Atlantic. I mean, just some automobile that we will never get the chance to see. One of the cars that they brought in was a '70 Dodge Trans Am. We've got that face-to-face with a new Viper race car. You know, now we're looking at 30 years worth of history facing each other, and it's made a tremendous display.
Hundreds of Club MCC members made the trip to Evansville to show their cars and attend the club reception and meeting. This year's club donation went to the American Automobile Heritage Foundation, an organization that is preserving the automobile's heritage through public education and related activities. Hosting the Autofest is a lot of work for the MCC staff. But every time I'd start to feel drained, all I'd have to do to re-energize myself was to walk out into the show field and see some more of the great cars on hand. Well, Jay, a 1916 Elgin, that's pretty cool by itself, but I got to tell you what drew me in here was this attire. I love it. Is this a 1916 touring outfit?
Yeah, pretty well. The duster would have been worn to protect your good clothes when you went for your Sunday drives.
And got out and got under.
Got out and got under to get the car running. They weren't that much used for transportation, more than a novelty for the gentleman and fun for a Sunday drive.
Now, what powered an Elgin?
It's powered by a inline 6 overhead valve made by Foles Motor Company. It's a 3-inch bore, 4.5-inch stroke.
All right, now the big question is, will she fire?
That's a question.
Well, let's answer that question for the folks at home.
Make sure we got the timing down.
Timing down, no broken arms. It's a family show.
That's right.
All right, contact.
Engage the crank.
Oh, like a top. Now, Jerry, this is one hot rod.
Well, thank you.
I love it. What are we looking at?
We're looking at a low-slung 34 Ford Roadster.
That baby is
all
down.
steel, baby. All steel. It's called real rod,
Real rod.
not glass.
Yeah, so all steel. And now, one of the unique things about this, Jerry, is the builder. Who built this?
Lee Osborne.
Okay.
He calls his shop The Other
He's
Shop.
the other shop.
The Other Shop. I don't know what the other
I
shop
can't imagine,
is.
oh.
But he used to build sprint cars.
Uh-huh.
Got tired of guys wrecking them, knocking on his door, wanting the chassis straightened out in the middle of the night. So he started building street rods.
Figured there had to be a better way to make a living.
And he's built some famous guys' street rods. But
Yeah?
I'm not one of the famous guys.
Well, you're Jerry Lewis.
You're right.
Now, what's the front end? That's a pretty
Okay,
unique system there.
this is a straight axle, dropped axle situation, narrowed, of course, but it has trick torsion bar suspension, which is reminiscent of the sprint car days. you know.
Okay. So, Jerry, what powers this baby?
It's a 350 Chevy, and it's built mildly.
Mildly, but well, let's go look at
It's
it.
about 350 horse, maybe.
350, maybe 350
Maybe.
horse.
If we want to fib, it can be 450 horse.
Hell, if we're at it, then we'll go 5.
Well, heck, liar's poker. There you go.
All right.
Just tube headers, 1 4-barrel, and she runs down the road real nice. Got
you
cruise
brought her-
control on her.
Oh, really nice.
Yep.
You brought her over from Louisville.
Terre Haute.
Terre Haute. Did you ever wonder what it would be like to be a race car driver? To have what it takes to get behind the wheel of a Winston Cup car or an Indy car? Well, so did I. As a matter of fact, so did the show's producer, Brad Kimmel. And that's why we're here today with racing legend Bob Bondurant. Bob, welcome to the show.
Dennis, glad to be here. Thank you.
But I guess today I should refer to you as Professor Bob, since we're here at your School of High Performance Driving in Phoenix.
No, just call me Bob.
Just Bob.
That's
Well, I can
fine.
do that. Well, Bob, in your racing career, you've just about done it all. But how did you get into the high performance driving school business?
Well, I've been very fortunate. I've raced all over the world. Drove for Shelby and the Cobras and Ferrari and Formula One. But my school started quite by accident. My accident.
Your accident, a real accident.
Steering broke at 150. I got injured pretty badly. Broke my legs, my feet. The doctor said I'd never walk again, but I defeated that.
Ah,
I
you
said,
did.
I've got to walk. So we put the school together to make a living, rehabilitate myself. Went back and raced for 3 more years in Can-Am, and really brought my attention back to the school.
Now you run all sorts of courses. I mean, everything from accident avoidance or team driving to what we're taking, the Grand Prix racing course.
We do. We have everything from teenage to 2-day and 3-day high performance courses, 40 Grand Prix course that you're going to be taking.
Oh, and I can't wait.
Oh, it's so much fun. Everyone wants to drive a race car.
Oh, yeah.
It's a perfect course for that.
Well, I can't wait to get into this, Bob. It's so great to be here, and it's such an honor to meet you.
Well, nice to have you here, and you're going to have a ball.
Oh, count on it.
Okay.
The first 2 days at Bondurant consisted of short ground school sessions and a lot of cockpit time in the Mustang GTs. They're basically street cars with numerous safety modifications, like full roll cages, 4-point harnesses, and fuel cells. Each student is assigned their own car for the school, and each car is inspected and maintained between sessions by Bondurant mechanics. My Classic Car producer Brad Kimmel and I were all ears as we went over the basics.
Why is that not a good strategic position to stop in?
Then it was off to the paddock area to apply what we learned. First in the skid car, a specially prepared Mustang with hydraulically controlled outboard wheels to lift the tires off the ground to induce skids. The object was to learn how to steer out of them using the throttle. Other drills included the accident avoidance simulator, where we learned to maneuver out of harm's way. Then we learned the fine art of heel and toe downshifting, trail braking, and other techniques that are essential to driving a race car.
If you pop off the brake on entry and you have some speed on entry and you needed a trail brake but you didn't trail brake, certainly the car is going to push.
On day 2, it was time to get out on the 1.6-mile road course and stretch the Mustang's legs under the watchful eye of our instructors.
Want to get aggressive with that wheel.
And here too.
That's all right.
Pretty aggressive.
Pull the pin.
The next day, we were introduced to the Formula Fords, 1,200-pound pocket rockets that are powered by 120 horsepower inline fours. The power-to-weight ratio is better than the Mustangs, and the handling and braking characteristics are far superior. Learning to drive them was nothing short of exhilarating.
really improved quite a bit over the past few days about taking the techniques we've taught them and actually applying them to their driving and seeing the benefits of what they get from those techniques. So they're doing an exceptional job.
On the last day, it was time for our final, a 12-lap race in the Mustangs. Now we could use everything we'd learned in the heat of battle. And there were no restrictions. We could pass anywhere and drive as hard as we felt comfortable. The only rule was, the driver who causes an accident pays for the damage to the race cars. It was kind of like being an owner-driver. You want to win, but you'd sure like to keep your car in one piece. Neither Brad or I won the race, but I did manage to pull off a textbook pass under braking. The feeling of accomplishment by all the students was overwhelming, and we were all smiles when it was over.
What do you guys think?
Oh.
Yeah?
Yeah, this is a blast.
You could do that for another 500 miles?
I think so.
The race was a hoot. The race was a hoot. It was, didn't feel like 10 laps. Didn't feel like 10 laps. It was great fun.
This is going to be the envy of all my engineering colleagues back at the Goodyear Research.
Oh man, this school was fantastic, and Brad and I both graduated. Matter of fact, it turned out we're pretty fast, or at least we think we are. Hey Bob, only one thing to go. You promised to take me on a hot lap.
Well, you know what? We're right here, so let's hop in and do it.
I guess
Are
I'll
you
learn
ready?
what fast really is, right?
That's right.
Let's go.
I love it. Okay, belts on, away we go.
Belts on.